It was barely past dawn in Maple Creek, Saskatchewan, and the frost still clung stubbornly to the ground. Jack Miller's boots crunched on the gravel as he walked down his long, beaten driveway, mug of lukewarm coffee in hand, trying not to think about the numbers in his bank account. His crops had failed, again, third year in a row. Between inflation, drought, and rising equipment costs, Jack wasn't sure how much longer he could hang on. He wasn't bitter, not really. He'd grown up on this land. His father had broken the soil, and his grandfather had died planting the first seeds. Jack figured if life had taught him anything, it was that good things take time, and sometimes time still isn't enough. He squinted up the road and noticed something odd. A sleek black SUV, too polished for these parts, sat idling in the ditch. Its hazard lights blinked like it was calling for help. Jack sighed. City folks. He set down his mug and trudged toward the vehicle. As he got closer, the driver's door flung open, and a young woman in a cream coat, clearly not built for prairie wind, stepped out. "Hi, hi!" "Sorry," she said, cheeks flushed pink. "My car just stopped. It won't start again, and I have no signal out here." Jack nodded slowly. She was maybe mid-20s, designer boots, perfect nails. "Lost as a snowflake in July." "Pop the hood," he said. She hesitated. Do you mean like, open it?" Jack hid a chuckle. "Yeah, just that." 15 minutes, a battery jump, and a makeshift glove warmer later, her car roared back to life. She clapped her hands like it was a magic trick. "Oh my God, thank you. You're like a farmer and a mechanic." "Just a farmer," he said, brushing dirt from his hands. "And name's Jack. I'm Ava. Ava Langston." Jack froze. "Langston?" "Yeah." She smiled. "Why? Do you know my dad or something?" He stared at her a moment, then looked back at the SUV. "Langston, as in Charles Langston, billionaire real estate mogul who'd been buying up farmland across the province, forcing out struggling farmers with lowball offers and legal pressure, as in the man who had tried to buy Jack's land last month." He remembered the letter. "We understand the financial strain small landowners face and offer a dignified exit strategy." A dignified exit. What a joke. "I know the name," Jack said quietly. "Most folks around here do." Ava looked embarrassed, sensing something shift in his tone. "Yeah, my dad has a bit of a reputation. We're not exactly close. I was heading to Vancouver to get away for a while, clear my head." Jack nodded. She wasn't him. Didn't ask to be born into that name. They stood in silence a moment, wind dancing around them like it was listening in. Then Ava asked, "Why do you help me?" Jack shrugged. "Because you needed it. Doesn't matter whose kid you are." She looked at him for a long beat. "No one would have blamed you for walking right past me." "I would have," Jack said. 2 weeks later, Jack was back in his fields, doing what he could with what little he had. The bills were still stacked on the kitchen table, and he'd skipped another meal or two. The future didn't look better. It looked smaller, until a letter arrived. Thick cream paper, elegant script, Langston and Associates. He groaned and nearly tossed it, but something told him to open it. It wasn't a buyout offer. It was a grant. "Mr. Jack Miller, we are pleased to inform you that the Langston Agricultural Renewal Fund has selected your farm for a 3-year revitalization grant. Your values, community presence, and long-standing dedication to sustainable farming made you a clear choice." At the bottom was a note, handwritten. "Some debts can't be repaid, but they can be honored. Ava." Jack stood on his porch that evening, coffee warm in his hands this time, watching the sun drop behind the hills. Sometimes kindness is just jumper cables and a conversation. And sometimes it's the seed of something that changes everything. He helped a stranger. She became his miracle. Final note to reader. No act of kindness is ever wasted. We may never see its full harvest, but somewhere, somehow, it always grows.